All right, folks, here we are on Trading Nut. We've got Jamie Palmer in the house now. We've done a awesome, epically long and epically good podcast. You got to go and check it out. There's a link underneath this video here. In that podcast, he actually talks about how he made 585 trades with a 98% win rate. Now, you guys are going to get to see some proof of that on his Ctrader account. We'll Ctrader report in a second, and also what he does and how he trades. So, Jamie, over to you.
Folks, if you missed out on joining the Trading Nut Funded Cup, don't worry. With over 3,000 traders registered, my sponsors City Traders Imperium have decided to run another, but this time they've promised the prizes will be even bigger and better. Folks, if you want to register for this and show your skills as a trader, click on the link above or the link below the video or in the podcast description, then sign up for free before mid-July 2022 and get 10% off any City Traders Imperium product just for entering the competition. Good luck, folks, and we'll see you in the cup.
So this is my indicator, the binary destroyer. Again, the reason why it's called the binary destroyer is because when I first started trading, it was binary. Obviously in the UK, it got banned, so I switched over to Forex, and I've just kept the name, really. It's kind of what people know me as. But I just want to quickly show you those Ctrader stats. So this was the start of January. I took a few months off from trading. Since that, I kind of bought a house, went traveling, and I was like, don't know if I want to get back into trading. But basically, I made a post to the BD members, my members, just explaining kind of my way of thinking on how I do it. These are the stats from 2020. So August, September, October, November, December. Got 100% in December. First half of 2021, January, February, March, April, May, June, July. Second half, July, August, September, 100%, October, 100, November, December, and then January 2022. So as you can see here, 98.12%, 1.62% drawdown, $5,000 deposit, pretty much took it to around 15 grand, 585 trades. I'm just having a look at see what the stats. So losing trades, so 11 losing trades in probably about a year. So yeah, around 585 trades. Now, obviously, with those stats, obviously people are like, wow, 98% win ratio. It's down to two things. First of all, last year I lived on my own. So I didn't really leave my house. I just fixated on trading. It was my one goal. So I was like, okay, I'm just going to smash it out. I've got a year. I'm just going to hit it hard. And also I'm a scalper. So I manage a lot of my trades. Meaning that obviously if I'm in a trade, I'll watch it. If I feel the trade's going against me, I will close off the trade early. And that's pretty much how I did it. Since then, my win ratio has dropped slightly to around 80, 82, 84. I took a few months off from trading to kind of just enjoy life a bit, got back into trading, and yeah, just starting to get back into it. But basically, this is my indicator, the binary destroyer. The idea of this is to give me sell opportunities. So if I just bring up like this here, keep it simple, we have a sell zone at the top where we take sells, buy zone at the bottom, we take buys. I've got the Moguise strategy loaded up at the minute. So we actually have 5 built-in strategies. If you go to here, bring it like this here. So we have 5 built-in strategies. So if you're a trend trader, for instance, you trade the pullback or bends. If you're a trader that likes reversals, you'd perhaps trade the and strategy. All of this is kind of, our members there, we have training for it. But I prefer the Moguise strategy. This was designed by one of our members. He came up with this strategy and we thought, okay, that's great. We'll put it into the new version, the binary destroyer 8.0. But basically the idea is to give me sell opportunities. So the binary destroyer is going to produce setups, but it's not just taking a trade because an arrow has appeared. It's about understanding why that arrow has appeared and if that arrow is going to produce a good setup or bad setup. So to give you an example here on the 5-minute time frame, and first of all, I've got some Moguise signals. Well, that tells me that the way the Moguise signal works is 2 MACDs crossing over each other. So I know the RSI is overbought. I know the MACD is just about to cross over here. And obviously we're in the zone here. So that's giving me an indication, okay, we've got a setup. What I then do is look at the bigger picture. So I'd draw an area like this here. I'd look at the 1 hour time frame, and I can see that we're at the 1 hour resistance level at the top here. So I'm looking at this now and thinking, okay, we're at a 1 hour resistance. We're getting a rejection off the 1 hour. And if I go down to the 5 minutes, I know it's just giving me a setup just to show you there. I know that the RSI is overbought. I know the MACD is overbought. I know we're at a 1 hour resistance. This is going to give me the possible, the best probability of winning a trade. In terms of stop loss, I normally put it above the high or above the resistance. Target normally at the bottom of the zone here. I will normally look at the bigger picture to see where it is. But if we just go, I just want to show you the reason for this is I wanted to show you some setups I took last week on gold. I've been hammering gold recently. Since getting back into trading, I was like, okay, I want to focus on one currency pair. And I just kind of my trading style is just keep it simple. So what I look for when it comes to, apart from trading my indicators, I look for basic price action structure. So support and resistance, trends. I look for trends, pullbacks in the market. So my trading style is very, very simple. So this was a sell that I took last week. It was Wednesday. So I'm just going to pause it here. We've got a sell appearing right now with the binary Shoya. So this would give me an alert and say, Jamie, I've got a sell opportunity on gold on the 5 minute time frame. And what I do is I sit and watch it. So my entry point on this would be, if I just zoom in here, if I just bring it here, is this here. So we have something called the TCA line. So when the TCA line turns green, it's an uptrend. When it turns red, it's a downtrend. So to keep it simple here, red, downtrend, green, uptrend. So when I look at this here, I'm looking at this now and going, okay, I've got Moguise signal. I've got the MACD overbought. I've got the TCA line just turning red. Price is below the TCA line. So this is telling me, okay, we've got a good possible setup here. What I then do is I would look at the higher time frame. So I looked at the 1 hour time frame and I see in an area of resistance here. Okay, now my logical thinking behind this one was, okay, we've got a possible break and retouch to the downside. So we've got to move down. This is our low. So this is our first low in the market. Obviously, this is a high. And I'm seeing a possible pullback to this area just here. So I'm thinking, okay, we're going to go down, maybe retouch this resistance area, this support line at the bottom. So that was my initial target on that one. And just to kind of do it for the purpose of this is we'll take a trade with this. So we will put so this is going to be gold. So pips are going to work slightly different. We're going to put a 300 there. We'll put 1,000 pip take profit. So 1 to 3. Okay, hold on. Take a sell. So as you can see here, nice little trade with the trend, break and retest. So as the trade starts to come down like this here, okay, we target the bottom of the zone. Now, this was interesting because the next day, and I posted this to my BD members, is we actually popped, if I just carry on a little bit further, is we popped another setup on gold. So this was the buy setup now. Again, same logic, MACD's gone oversold, setup like this here. If I just take it to where that TCA line changes color, which is just here. So that TCA line just changes color just there. Now, this changed everything for me in last week's trading session because I looked at this now here, and this is what I try and say to people is keep trading simple, right? The more you overcomplicate it, the more you'll get frustrated. The hardest part of trading is your own emotion around trading. The actual physical chart time should be enjoyable and fun. So if I just get rid of this resistance, a support line there, I seen this. So I seen trend down, pull back like this here, trend down, pull back down here. So lower lows, lower highs. And then I seen, okay, we've now broken to the upside. So this is our first high in the market. And this is actually our pullback to go long. And I looked at that there and I thought, okay, so gold might be switching momentum now. We might actually be changing and going into uptrend. So you can see here this nice little area here, because the problem is we didn't go any lower than this area here. So I thought, okay, well, we didn't actually break this area here. We didn't continue lower. So I thought, okay, this is a nice little trend pullback and we're looking to go long. So as you can see here, I'm a trend trader. I'm looking to capture moves like this, uptrend pullback like this here. Quite simple. Okay, so this was that move here. So my target was this one here, was the top zone like that there. So I thought, okay, I'm going to target the top of this zone here, looking to go long. So if we go back to the binary destroyer here, again, you know, we've got the MACD oversold, Moguise setup, Tca lines turned green. And I took this to, I can't remember the top of my head, but for purposes, we've got 2,000 pips. Okay, so 2,000 pips on the 1 hour is the top of the zone here. Okay, and if we just sit and watch it, okay, typically it stops me out on this occasion. And then price did eventually go up. And okay, so I'm just going to pause it there as well, because we've got another sell set up here. Get rid of that one there. So we've got a sell here. Now the reason why that sell's happened there, the reason why the buying short is giving me a Moguise setup there is based off the area of resistance here. Now remember, I'm still long on this trade. So I didn't take this trade because this is against my own rules. I'm in a buy trade. I can't take a sell at the same time. So I'm still in a long position on this one. I didn't take this sell. Okay, and eventually, obviously, target did get hit, which was at the top zone here. Just wait for it to head up there. And there we go there. So when we actually look at the bigger picture, let me just get rid of all that again. When we actually look at the bigger picture, you can see, okay, it was actually quite simple. We had a trend down pullback like this here. We then break up to the upside, break in previous highs. We then pull back to this area of resistance, which then told us to go long. So in this simulator, I lost the trade. Yes, last time I didn't lose the trade. Now, this was Friday. So as you can see, I've been trading gold quite a lot. If you just go over to the members area here. So let me just take it back here. Here we are. So this is my members area. So you can see here a couple of members have some good results. Moguise on fire, 15 win, 2 losses. Again here, I actually, so this is Mark as well, doing some trading, but I took a sell. So this was gold on Thursday or Friday. So as you can see here, this is that gold setup here. Okay. And it's breaking new highs. I'm just going to pause it there. So it's breaking new highs there. So this was, if you go back to the group, that was that there. So again, we've got a new high being formed. So I thought, okay, possible long entry point, pull back to this area of support. Now it's interesting because I did actually get that setup happening on Friday, and I didn't actually take that trade. So this was that trade on, I think it was Friday, where we had that move up there. That was the previous high here. So there's the high, there's the new high. So I thought, okay, 2 possible things are going to happen now. We're going to pull back. We're either going to pull back to this area just here, or we could maybe pull back to this area just here. Whichever situation we're doing, I'm going to sell here. I know it's against the trend, but we're going to pull back either to here or here. As price comes down like this here, we then look to take it up like that. And the binary destroyer actually popped that setup here. So this is gold now on the 5-minute time frame. And you can see here, we had multiple sells. This was that buy off that 1 hour support line just here. So if you just go back to 1 hour, you can see that area of support looking to go long on gold. And yeah, that's pretty much how I trade my indicator. So when I get a setup, I look at the possibility. Let me just break down Euro USD. I want to show you Euro USD as well. Okay. So when I get a setup like this here, first thing I look for is the rules of the strategy. So MACD gone overbought, Moguise setup, it's outside the zone, Tca line turns red. Okay, so I've got a possible setup. what's the bigger picture telling me? Because this trade could be against the trend, and I don't want to do that. I don't want to take trades against the trend. I want to be looking to maximize my returns. And I'm sure everyone always tells you trend is your friend. If you trade with the momentum, you trade with the direction of price, you're more likely to win than if you are going against it. So what I do on any particular time frame is I will look at that there, and I'll have a quick look at the daily or whatever, and I'll see, okay, you can see here just based off the daily that we are, if we just zoom in a little bit further, probably better off the 4 hour actually. Okay, that might be a little bit better. Okay, so off the 4 hour, you can see that we're still in a downtrend. So we've got this downward move there. This is our low. We pull back to this area of resistance. We create a new low there. So again, new low in the market because it's lower than this one. And again, we pull back to this area here. So that would explain when you go down to the 1 hour time frame why this setup here would be nicely into profit, because on the overall direction of Euro USD, it's in a downtrend. So that's pretty much how I would trade my indicator, the binary destroyer, is I look for the possible setups to happen. A quick one before we did that before at the start here is I look for the setups like this here. I then look at the higher time frame to see what the overall direction is. If we look at the 1 hour, we're bouncing off that 1 hour resistance. And this is how I trade. When we trade, every setup is going to tell us a story, and it's our job as traders to find what that story is. So to give you an example here, just out of the blue, we've got a buy on NZUSD, 1 hour time frame. MACD has gone oversold. It's an entry point. But what is the bigger picture? What is happening with this setup here? So let's look at, first of all, the higher time frame. So we'll do a top-down analysis. Let's look at the 1 hour. Okay, so off the 1 hour, okay, we have got, might be better off the 4 hour, is we've got this nice little possible break and retouch to the upside. So you can see here in a downtrend, downtrend, downtrend. Obviously, all these setups are going to be against the trend, hence why they're going to lose. It's against the trend, okay? We have a rule with myself that if the direction of the bands are steeply facing down, it's a clear sign it's against the trend. So we come down like this here. In fact, it might be better to show you with just a bit of price action what I'm looking for here. So as you can see here, we come down, we pull back, we come down here. Now, what's interesting is this move here. This is a very significant move. And the reason why that is because what I do is we mark up all the previous areas of structure like this here. So I mark them like this here. Okay, I'm going to mark it like this here. And I'm going to mark this one just here as well. Just area just there. Now, what happened if I just zoom in now here, I'm going to get rid of that there. What's significant about this area here is it's broken previous structures, broken previous resistance. So this tells me instantly that we're no longer, or possibly no longer, going into a downtrend. Okay, it's not doing the typical trend down, lower low, lower high, come down. It's actually broken previous structure. So this could be a possible entry point now to go long. So what do we look for when we trade in with the trend? We look for an impulse move up. We then look for a pullback in the market. This happened just here. Okay, so price is now pulled back, and not only pulled back, it's pulled back to this area just here. Okay, which is that area just there. So you can see, okay, we have actually got an area of support. Okay, you can actually see, if you actually look at it from this angle, that price failed to go lower at this point. It actually broke it. It's come up, created a new high. It's retouched this support here, and we look to go long. And this area here would be where I got that setup. If I just load up the binary destroyer now, this would be where I got that setup on the 1 hour just there. So this would be that setup there. So this is how I trade. This is how I break down my charts every single day. Is I'll spend a few hours on the 105, 15-minute time frame, and then I'll break it down. And then I'd look at the bigger picture, what is actually happening with that particular currency pair on that day.
Hey folks, ever wonder what broker I use? Well, I use Trade. It was a no-brainer because I was looking for a broker with good trading conditions and one that wouldn't restrict my leverage. Now, by joining Trade, I've also cut down my trading costs significantly with their super low commission of just $1 per 100K. You can learn more at hankotrade.com or just click the link I've put in the description. Absolutely brilliant there. Thank you, Jamie. That's awesome breakdown of the binary destroyer, how you trade it, and also how you sort of implement it with multi-timeframe stuff. So before we wrap up, what's the best way for traders to get hold of you?
So I've got a YouTube channel, The Binary Destroyer, where I do some live trading videos and training content. And I've also got a website, www.fxlearning.com.
Brilliant. Well, look, guys, thank you for watching this video. Do remember, we did do an amazing podcast before this where you're going to get Jamie's full story and a whole lot more. So head over there, link under the video. Also, do remember, hit subscribe, hit like, click on that notifications bell, and click all, and we'll see you in the next video.